coming.
That play with Joe, and if you didn't see it,
It was clever, man.
Oh, Joe, I mean, these are the little things that Joe does that just make him unique. Joe grabs a rebound in the key, and as transition starts, TJ McConnell's behind Joe and starts to run after his guy, Jordan Clarkson. Joe sticks out his backside, bends over and sticks out his backside, levels McConnell, and then runs, hits Jordan Clarkson, who hits a three.
His first three of the night.
In transition. Pretty amazing. I mean, that little, gamesmanship-like move got the Jazz 3 points.
There's so many of those too with Joe. If you watch, he's always the guy that's just grabbing a teeny bit of jersey, to keep up. It really is fascinating, but it's fun to be around guys that played in the league and they talk about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Mike Doliak used to tell me that some of the best rebounders in the game understood that technique. When a guy goes for a rebound, you just grab his shorts. You get in really tight and just grab where his shorts and shirt meet. He goes up and you go up, and hopefully the ref doesn't see it, but it happens all the time.
All the time, yep. Well, that particular move of Joe's was just classic. That might have been my favorite play of the entire game. McConnell looked like he got hit by a linebacker.
It was like a demolition derby. He saw him back there, and he just put it in reverse, and boom.
Wow.
He goes flying into what would be the first row, and it was a fun play.
All right, let's get to our stats from our friend Tyson Ewing. He had a couple for us today, but he was hustling to do a Utah women's basketball game, so not quite as thorough as he usually is, understandably. So if you want to follow Tyson on Twitter, I recommend you do so at TyEwing2, at TyEwing2. Here we go. This is Rudy's 39th time going for 15, 15, and 3. Which is remarkable. 39 times that he's hit that number. Wow. That's crazy. I mean, I get it that Rudy gets a lot of blocks and a lot of rebounds, but to do
the scoring
it all,
part too. I mean, that's really good.
This is Donovan's third career double-double, as we talked about. His second time doing it with assists, and you just that one rebound. He had he picked up his ninth board with 3 minutes to go in the game, and you thought, just one more. Couldn't quite get it.
What do you think's the hardest thing in a triple-double to get? What's the thing
that's got to depend on who you are, don't you think?
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, from your vantage point for Donovan, I guess rebounding would be his hardest thing.
I would think rebounding. He's a good rebounder, but he's still only 6'1", despite him saying he's 6'3" earlier in the show. He's still only 6'1".
Exactly.
I'd be curious. Kenny Smith was the one who was kind of bringing that up, and I got to remember somebody went back and did the research on how many games Kenny Smith had double digits in rebounds, and it was like twice in his whole career. So again, it was a strange criticism to lob at Donovan Mitchell.
There's a lot of when you leave the game, apparently, because I never left. I was never great enough to even leave it. So, but when great players leave the game, it's always interesting that they never missed a shot.
Ever.
Like, it gets to the point where they just did everything right. Why couldn't everybody just be more like them?
Hey, I guess that's what you do.
I guess
that's what you do. All right, let's see here. This is the 10th time this season that Utah has out-rebounded an opponent by double digits. Only did it 16 times all of last year. The rebounding continues to be just amazing, and the biggest surprise of this season for me, maybe not the biggest because they're playing so well, but I can't believe they're the best rebounding team in the league. It's amazing.
That's something we talked about earlier that could be something to watch, be an issue, but it really has. It's not, as good a shooting team as this may be as elite a rebounding team. They're phenomenal on the glass, not from a historic standpoint, but against the league this year, they're just crushing the league. Their differential, I think, in rebounds when they play somebody's 8, and that's just a crazy number. And so that certainly with the emphasis on transition, that's definitely a linchpin to get that transition started.
They out-rebounded Indiana tonight 61-45.
Wow.
Including 17 offensive rebounds, which is something Coach Snyder pointed out immediately in his post-game comments as the reason they pulled this one out.
And honestly, I have to say, I think I made 2 or 3 comments tonight during the game. Royce was one of them that I remember specifically, but just commenting on blockouts across the board. You have to be hitting bodies to get this, to have this type of dominance. You got to have 2 things. You got to have a dominant rebounder in Rudy. But you see the number everybody else is getting. They're blocking out. They're doing a good job of keeping people out of the paint and getting the ball.
Again, Donovan with 5 offensive rebounds tonight. as he had 9 total, almost to that triple-double, 27, 11 assists, and 9 boards. But Rudy dominant, 16 points, 16 rebounds for Rudy, and 3 block shots. Again, the 39th time in his career he's gone 15, 15, and 3, which is staggering. All right, go where love takes you in the all-new, completely redesigned 2021 Subaru Outback. Available now, Mark Miller Subaru, the official Subaru partner of the Utah Jazz. Learn more at markmillersubaru.com. 103-95 is your final. Jazz beat the Pacers. We'll get Coach Lacomb's final thoughts on this one before we look ahead to Boston next here on the Jazz Radio Network.
Jazz Nation lives at the Gateway. Voted the best entertainment district in Salt Lake City and directly across from the Vivint Arena. Come down, eat, watch.
Joshua Clarkson.